train layout.
Welcome back to the Nearly Historical Railroad channel. That's a model railroad, by the way. So anyways, okay, before I go any farther, I have to admit something. This train layout, we didn't build this train layout. Okay, I said it. There's two train layouts. We didn't build either one. Okay, I said that. Okay, but I'm okay with it. It's actually cool. The videos you have seen so far is an area of the room, the layout that we have built, that we are building all of ourselves from scratch. There's two layouts that we actually moved from other locations at different times. One was in California and one was in Nevada. The one that you've been seeing videos mostly on is the narrow gauge layout. It's a HON3 layout, and it was the Colorado Southern. It was originally built by, hopefully I get the name right, Ewald Peizel, P-Y-Z-E-L, of Smith Valley, Nevada. Maybe somebody out there knows him. Seems like he's probably a pretty cool guy. If I got it right, I think he was a photographer and an artist and did stuff with the library out there. And also a veteran. So that's pretty cool. So anyways, the deal is my father and I somehow came across this layout. He'd passed away in the 90s. We came by this layout and no one in the family wanted it anymore. So we went out there and we cut it up. It was never meant to ever be moved, of course. So we cut it up, packed it up into a large rental truck, the biggest you could get, and hauled it off. And we stored it for years and years and years, never really having the space to put it back together. What's neat, we had the original floor plan, the original track plan for it. That's kind of neat. Show you that part of it in a minute here. And so I just lost my train of thought. So we stored it for years until about 2010, 2011. And then we came across this place and we have a great place to actually build a big train layout. So we brought it in, started piecing it back together, had to change some stuff to try to make it fit in the room. Later on, I'm talking fast because there's a lot to say. Later on, we came across a whole nother layout in Southern California, and that's the standard gauge layout. So, so we had to move stuff around again to try to make both these layouts fit in the room. Man, I'm talking a lot with my hands. Anyways, so I'm going to show you a couple pictures of the original, well, some of the sections. Let's see if this works here. Ooh, look at that. So these are a couple of the original sections of the narrow gauge layout. Now, I almost hate to admit this also, but when I got this layout, I did not realize it was the Colorado Southern. I was ignorant. I did not know of this railroad, and I just didn't know it. And I didn't know it was based on Como, Colorado, and that area of Boris Pass. And now, I look at the layout, I was like, oh my word, this is that, and that's that. Later on, I figured it out. It's like, oh, this is actually the Colorado Southern Railroad, and oh, it's in Colorado. That was obvious. But it was in Como, around Como area, and Leadville, and all that type of stuff out there. So then, once I figured that out, I'm going to go back. I'm not going to go forward. Hold on. So let's look at another picture. Now, these videos that we're getting to in this video right now, actually, is there's a lot of hidden track work. I know I'm jumping around a lot. Sorry about that. There's a lot of hidden track work. This is track I added in. It's hidden. It's underneath. To make it fit in our room and make operation work that we wanted, we had to add a lot of track, and a lot of it had to kind of be hidden. We had to work around existing layout that was already there. So there's a lot of hidden track, and it's kind of becoming a problem just because it runs great. It's fine. But it takes so much to clean it. It's hard to reach it and access it. And there's a lot of it. And the train goes in a tunnel, it's gone for like 10 minutes. And yeah, so the mine, I put this mine, you've seen this mine in the other videos. And I put it here. This is before I realized this was Como and it was Colorado. It's close to the depot here in this picture. Once I realized what was going on, that was a real depot in Como. The eating house is like right next to that. We've actually got to stay there before, not too long ago. That's pretty cool. So it's like, okay, well, the mine can't go here now. I had it all set up, the sidings and the spurs that were going into there and working fine and everything. So we had to move it. So that's the current location that you've seen it in. We moved it to there. These are a couple of pictures of that kind of process. And so the trick nowadays is that we've decided to get rid of a lot of this hidden track. I'm going to show you right here underneath this, and I'll say this in the other videos too, is all this track underneath here that's kind of hidden, but there's like 10, 11 feet of that. It's hard to clean, it's hard to get to, and it's like, man, we really just need to change this, make this a little bit easier. So we're going to move and reroute the main line, going and not go under there. Here's some other pictures of that mine as we were working on it, adding some paper. Oh, look, cardboard strips, just like you've seen before. I don't have pictures on here for you to see, but it was neat because my two younger daughters actually helped me like paint all this and put dirt on it and that type of stuff. Fortunately, I'm gonna kind of tear it out and move it again now. That's what we do. We get something, oh yes, it's a done layout, now let's change it now. So this area is kind of sort of done. I guess it needs life. But anyways, we're going to change it. Picking this mine up, going to spin it around. There it is. We're going to pick it up, spin it around, move it back a little bit of ways, and we're going to run the main line through, I can't point this way, through this way. Okay, that's hard to do. Anyways, here's kind of a map. The red area and the blue area is existing train layout. All the green is stuff we've actually added. So this red line right here, that's going to be the new main line cutting across underneath. Still goes underneath the layout, still hidden, but it's only like 4 feet compared to like all the other stuff. This area up here, I'm going to show you some pictures. Check this out.
Stuff in here.
Yeah. So that's scary. So that's all the track that I've added, like inside here. There's a Y in here. There's 3 turnouts up here. There's a turnout down here. It's all underneath there. Again, it's just hard, whatever. So, and then there's another 2 turnouts, like, right over here going into the spur of the, whatever. So we're going to get rid of all that. With this plan, this is not even actually the right track plan that I'm looking at. Ignore this stuff over here because there's a turnout there. It's not there. It's actually over here now. The point is, we're working on this part right here. This isn't even the right track plan, but that part will be right. This part we're moving. So let's go to the train room and I will show some more of that stuff. And sorry if I repeat myself. I don't remember exactly what I said in those videos. But anyways, here we go. On to the next. Okay, so here's the coal mine. You've seen this a little bit before. We've been working on the top end of this mine. So we're changing the main line that goes through here. Basically, there's a lot of hidden track underneath this layout, along with 4 turnouts. It's all working. It's just a pain to clean, hard to get to. Train goes in a tunnel and it's gone for like 10 minutes. And you're like, why am I even running trains? You can't see it. I can hear it somewhere. So anyways, this is the current main line right here. And it goes all the way underneath here to another 2 turnouts there. Using my phone as a flashlight, of course. Oh, speaking of phones. So it goes all the way down here, all the way. And it's like right on the edge here. But it's, where did it go? Yeah, it's in there. So that, it all runs pretty well actually. But wow, is that a pain to clean and to get to. So my plan is to eliminate all of that stuff. I'm intentionally not showing you the top of the layout quite yet. So this whole mine area, not the whole mine area, part of it's going to change. And this bridge, Jim has done a wonderful job restoring it, but it's kind of in a weird spot. I mean, the ground doesn't really do what we sorted, just drops off right here, and it's like, what is that about? Looks really good. So we're gonna move the way this bridge goes. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this main line that's here, it comes around up here, comes through here, and goes straight down that way, and then underneath that long edge down there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reroute this guy straight through this way and come around outside of this mine, out here, come through here. We're gonna go straight through, bam, into there. And that will go underneath the layout, but only like 4 feet of distance, as opposed to like the 10, 12 feet going the other way. And then it'll pop back out. Nice straight shot, no turnouts in there or whatever. And then it's gonna do some other stuff on the other side. We'll get to that later. But this is the most difficult part of changing this part. I added all this in. This mine was on a smaller piece of wood. And you know, we built all this up. Didn't build the retaining wall yet. But we added the mine waste coming out further out here and out that direction. You know, we added all this in and here. You know, it's getting there. But we're gonna change some of that now. So we may just abandon this track, fill it in, do something, I don't know. So anyways, that's what mall railroading is often about, is changing stuff. I'm gonna show you underneath this spot right here, and I've planned a route to go across. So I'm kind of on the opposite side of where I was just pointing. Where I was just pointing was down there on the outside. So I have moved a few risers out of the way, and it's gonna go across where this board is. That board's just temporarily, just to see where I'm trying to go with this thing. Okay, so a lot of the wiring under here is from the old DC wiring, and a lot of it's just kind of hanging, not being used, abandoned. It's a whole nother story. We just barely will have the clearance. Bam. Barely gonna have the clearance in here to make that work. So, but it will work. I had to cut this piece off, shade that off. It's a little tricky, that's part of the turntable. So, right. Okay, so this area, the standard gauge layout, when we put this layout back together, again, you gotta know the history, we had to cut the layout basically through here, like that, in order to move it. So this area has always been very rough and kind of just not good. So we are tearing this back up, and we're just gonna redo this whole piece, or part of this anyways, because it's kind of a main lead coming in and out of the small yard that we have here. So it's become a fairly important section of track, but just has never really been that great. So that's one of the things we're working on tonight. Are you filming? Oh, go ahead. This part's gonna have music. Some progress. We've cleaned this out a little bit. So the layout came to us this way. We're actually going to be putting in a curved turnout right here. It just seems to fit so much better. But yeah, we just had a lot of issues through this area. So that actually runs into this small yard here. Looks like we've had an earthquake over here too. But so we do have a small yard here. And it'll make getting to this yard much easier. That's a scary thing. We'll talk about that someday. That's the old control board. We've actually pulled out a lot of toggle switches from rewiring. You notice there's a lot of holes in there. Those were all, it was all blocks. It was all DC and all block stuff. So it's all DCC now. Okay, 98% DCC now. So someday we'll probably rebuild the whole board. But, you know, that's another video. Okay, quick little update on our mine area here. We have punched a hole through here, and inside there we actually made a little more clearance. Didn't really quite have enough, so took out a little bit more wood. And that we've talked about a little more how we're actually going to do this. I think we've decided we're actually going to take this mine up and spin it around 180 degrees roughly, and mainly doing that because the elevation needs to be higher, because our main line, I'm guessing, is going to still probably be about this height. This is the height the mine spurs or tracks are at. So we could maybe drop this down, but it's going to give us a steeper grade on the main line. So we want to, I think, just bring the mine up. Plus, if we spin it around 180 degrees, it will go into the main line easier. Plus, it brings it away from the edge of the train layout, which is a little dangerous, having it out near the edge. So this is our board. It's too long right now. But this is our board that is going to be going straight through. That's the hole we were just looking at on the other side. I cleared out some stuff, some more wood that was up in here. Cleared that out some more to make more room for this. And it's gonna go through right there. I know it's hidden track, still not the easiest thing to get to clean out, but it is way better than all the other track that we currently have. So we're just gonna cut straight across this way. That's what we're doing right now, is this part right here. We may or may not add this piece in. I got kind of a cool idea for this side over here. I'll show you what that section is. I'm gonna make like a tunnel. Like if you cut a tunnel lengthwise in half, so you can kind of see inside the tunnel. That way it makes the track accessible. That would be this edge right here. So I want to have that track come in here, probably pop into there, right there, and then kind of come out. But again, it'll be kind of flush against this and run along this edge and just be like it's cut away all the way down to like here. So it'll just be kind of cut away so you can like see inside the tunnel, but you can also access it really easy to clean track and that type of stuff. Focus, come back around here, and that track will continue and go straight across there. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of this video. However, I just want to show you a couple pictures I found on the internet to explain that tunnel a little better. So check out this picture. That's kind of what I'm talking about, having it just kind of cut into the sides so you can see inside of it, and this picture. And this link down here, that's like where I found them on the internet, just give me credit, whatever. So anyways, that's that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe, ring the little bell thingy. Yeah, and yeah, hope you enjoyed that. So we will catch you later. See ya.